It finally happened. The news just broke last week. Freedom Forever, the second largest residential solar installer in the United States, has filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Now, if you're a homeowner with panels on your roof, or if you are just about to sign a contract, you're probably feeling a mix of confusion and probably some fear. You're asking, is my warranty gone? Who's going to finish my installation? Is the whole industry just a house of cards? Let's dive into what happened and then what you can do if you were one of those unfortunate ones who now has to go through this. Hey guys, I'm Martyna and I've been an installer in the DFW area for over a decade. I've seen the companies come and go. This one is a massive wake-up call. Today we're going to talk about why the Goliaths are falling, what this means for your pocketbook, and how you can protect yourself in this new solar landscape. And this isn't just about one company. This is about the death of the big box solar model and why that actually might be the best thing that happened to you. So let's look at the why Freedom Forever didn't just run out of luck. They ran out of math. According to the filings, they owe upwards of $500 million, and some reports say that it's closer to $1 billion to creditors. They owe $114 million to Mosaic, one of the biggest financing companies in the game. Now, they owe tens of thousands more to people who actually make the solar equipment, brands like ADT Solar and Trina. Now, when you owe $1 billion and your assets are only a fraction of that, you aren't a solar company anymore. You are a debt repayment machine that happens to put things on roofs. So for years, these national giants chased volume over value. They wanted to be the Amazon of solar. But solar isn't a book you just ship in a box. It's a 25-year relationship. It's a high voltage electrical work. It's a structural engineering on one of your most valuable assets, your home. Now, if you're watching this here from North Texas, this is when it hits even closer to home. Just 2 weeks ago, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton launched a major investigation into Freedom Forever and several other national names for fraudulent and deceptive practices. Now, we're talking about misleading customers on savings, aggressive sales tactics, and contracts that look more like traps than investments. Now, I've been in the DFW solar market for many years, and I will tell you, I've spent the last few years cleaning up the mess left behind these national sales-heavy companies. Freedom Forever model relies on thousands of independent sales reps. Many of these reps were trained to sell a dream, collect a high commission, often in like thousands of dollars, like $10,000, $15,000 per deal, and move on to the next state. Now, when the Attorney General starts knocking and the debt catches up, those reps disappear. And guess who's left holding the bag? You. So if you have a Freedom Forever system, here is the real talk. We have, number one, the orphan problem. Thousands of systems are now orphaned. So if your inverter goes out tomorrow, you can't call Freedom. If your roof leaks, and we're already seeing reports of that, there's no one answering the phone. Two, there's the warranty myth. So your labor warranty is likely gone. So while the manufacturers like Silfab or Enphase still cover the parts, the service or the actual human being coming to your house to fix it, that's no longer paid by the installer. So this means more money out of your pocket. Three, the half-finished install. This is the worst part. So if they started your project and didn't finish it, your house is now a construction site with no foreman. Now, I know this sounds grim, but there is a way forward. Now, if you are in this position, do not panic. There are local established companies, the ones who actually live in your area, who are stepping up to help to handle some of the service problems. Now, we aren't going to let your investment turn into just paperweight. So here's the silver lining. The bankruptcy of Freedom Forever following the heels of SunPower, the ADT Solar, marks the end of an era. It's the end of that growth at all cost. The industry is returning to its roots. Local, expert, sustainable. Why am I still here after decades in the industry while the billion-dollar companies are folding? It's pretty simple. We don't have $500 million in debt. We actually have no debt. We don't pay 30% commissions to door-to-door knockers who don't know an amp or an of solar. We live where we work. If we do a bad job on a house in Prosper or in Plano, I'm going to hear about it either at the grocery store or you're going to show up at my door. The future of solar isn't a national billboard. It's a local partner. When you work with a local installer who owns their own trucks, they employ their own crews, your money goes into the quality of the install, not into a CEO's private jet or a massive interest payment to a New York bank. So if you're looking at solar today, you must change your strategy. The old way of go with the biggest name because they'll be around forever, pun intended, is officially dead. The biggest name are the ones filing for bankruptcies. So here is my checklist for 2026. Demand an internal crew. Ask the company, do you use subcontractors or do you have your own installation team? Freedom Forever relied on massive web of contractors. When the money stopped, the workers stopped. 2, check the debt to asset health. You have the right to ask, how is the company funded? Are they VC backed and bleeding cash, or are they profitable, family owned, or a regional business? 3, local references, and this is really important. Don't look at national 5-star reviews. Ask for 5 customers within 20 miles of your house that have had their system for more than a few years. So what do you do next? Now I know that Chapter 11 sounds like the end of the world, but if you have a system or a contract with Freedom Forever, you need to act. Don't panic. Here's what you need to do in the next 48 hours to protect your home. 1, secure your data immediately. Log into your monitoring portal right now, whether that's Enphase, SolarEdge, or Freedom's own app. Download your production history and your as-built plans. If their servers go dark, you need to know exactly how your system was wired so a local expert can help you later. 2, the who to call list. If you have an active issue, try the official channels first, but keep a record of every single attempt. I'm gonna link down below their customer service email support, their customer service phone number. Now, if you get a bounce back or a busy signal, save screenshots. You may need that for insurance or legal claims later, and this is really important. 3, for the recently signed. So there's a 3-day rule. If you signed a contract in the last few days and haven't had panels put up on your roof, check your notice of cancellation rights. In Texas, you generally have a window to back out. Now, if you're worried about the project that hasn't started, you might just want to hit the brakes until the bankruptcy court clarifies who is actually finishing these jobs. 4, the manufacturer safety net. So remember, Freedom Forever didn't build your panels. Companies like QCell, Silfab did. Your equipment warranties are usually tied to the manufacturer, not the installer. So if a part breaks, you don't need Freedom, you just need an authorized service provider like SolarTime to handle the claim for you. And 5, file a report with Texas AG or whatever state applies to you, since Texas Attorney General has already opened an investigation into Freedom Forever. Your voice really, really matters. If you have been misled or abandoned, go to the state, go to Texas, go to the website and file a consumer complaint. It helps the state hold them accountable and help you get it on the record. The solar industry isn't dying. In fact, in Texas, our grid needs solar more than ever. But the way solar is done has to change. It has to be about honesty, longevity, and actual engineering, not just the sales scripts. This is what has kept SolarTime as the top-ranked installer in DFW. So if you are in my area and are a Freedom Forever customer and you're stuck, or if you've been ghosted by another big box company, definitely reach out to us. We are doing system health checks for orphan systems across DFW to make sure your investment is actually producing what it was promised. And if you're just starting the journey, please learn from this. Do not be a number on a spreadsheet for a company in Delaware. Be a neighbor to a company in Texas. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and follow for more content like this. Make sure to let me know down in the comments if you're going through tough times with your original installer. I would love to hear your stories. And again, your voice matters. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.